As of January 17, 2025, the Digital Operational Resilience Act, better known as DORA, is officially applicable across the European Union. It's a regulation that promises to redefine cybersecurity standards for the financial sector, impacting everyone from banks to insurance companies and crypto asset service providers. But what does this mean for your business? Stay with me as we unpack DORA's implications and how to navigate this new regulatory area. Welcome to Diritto al Digitale, the podcast where law, technology, and innovation converge. I'm Giulio Coraggio, your host, a technology and data lawyer at the global law firm DLA Piper. This podcast is where we follow our passion for creating the law itself, bringing legal principles into uncharted territories that lawmakers never even dreamed of. Today we explore a major milestone. The Digital Operational Resilience Act, or DORA, is now in force. It's a transformative regulation designed to strengthen cybersecurity and the operational resilience in the financial sector across Europe. Let's dive into what DORA is, why it matters, and how businesses can prepare for its requirements. The introduction of DORA comes at a critical time. Over the past decade, the financial sector has undergone a massive digital transformation, but this progress has brought heightened cyber risks. Until now, cybersecurity rules were scattered across different EU and national laws, leading to inconsistencies and gaps in regulation and in protection. DORA changes this by harmonizing and consolidating these rules, ensuring that financial entities have an unified and robust framework to prevent, withstand, and recover from cyber threats. The urgency of DORA was driven by the increasing number and severity of cyber attacks, as well as the systemic risks posed to the financial stability. With DORA, the EU is setting a gold standard for cybersecurity in the financial sector. But what does DORA apply to? The regulation scope is broad, covering both traditional financial institutions and newer market players. This includes bank, insurance companies, and investment firms, crypto asset service providers, critical ICT service providers like cloud service operators when they provide services to the previous two categories of entities. Importantly, DORA also impacts third-party providers that offer critical ICT services to these entities. Indeed, meaning compliance isn't just a concern for financial institutions, it's a shared responsibility across the ecosystem, even though the entities primarily subject to DORA obligations are the financial institutions that will have to force their counterparties to comply with DORA, as otherwise they will not be in the position to continue on the contractual relationship. DORA is built on three fundamental pillars that all affected entities must address. First of all, governance and internal organization. Companies must establish a strong governance framework for managing ICT risks. Leadership teams are directly responsible for ensuring operational resilience and must allocate clear responsibilities for cybersecurity oversight. Number two, risk management. Organizations are required to adopt comprehensive risk management measures, including resilient ICT systems to minimize vulnerabilities, mechanisms for detecting abnormal activities and threats, robust prevention and protection strategies. Even smaller companies must comply with the basic ICT risk management requirements, ensuring no entity is left unprepared. Number three, incident management and reporting. Financial entities must have continuity and recovery plans in place to handle ICT-related incidents. They must also establish systems for detecting vulnerabilities and assessing risks and on reporting serious incidents to authorities. A key innovation of DORA is its focus on third-party ICT service providers. Financial entities increasingly depend on these providers for critical operations, creating systemic risks. DORA established EU-wide oversight for these providers, requiring financial companies to monitor and mitigate third-party risks effectively. This includes ensuring that contracts with ICT providers comply with the DORA requirements and that the provider meet strict operational standards. This means that over the past months, but for those that haven't done it in the past months, for the coming months, financial entities that fall under the scope of DORA have to renegotiate the contracts with their ICT providers. For critical ICT service providers, DORA introduces new supervision requirements from European authorities, raising the bar for accountability and resilience. With DORA now applicable, how can businesses ensure compliance? Here are 3 essential steps. Number 1, conduct a gap analysis. Review your ICT risk management framework and identify any gaps in meeting DORA's requirements. Develop plans to address these gaps, focusing on governance, risk management, and incident response. Number 2, enhance incident reporting procedures. Ensure your incident reporting mechanism aligns with DORA standards. This includes the ability to monitor, classify, and report incidents to relevant authorities. Number 3, map your ICT service providers. Evaluate their criticality to your operations and renegotiate contracts to meet DORA's compliance standards. ICT providers should also assess whether they fall under DORA's scope as critical providers and prepare for increased scrutiny from EU regulators. DORA is not the only regulation affecting the financial sector. Many organizations will need to address DORA alongside the NIS2 directive, the Cyber Resilience Act, and national cybersecurity laws. Although DORA is already in force, additional regulatory technical standards are expected from the European supervisory authorities in the coming months. This will provide further clarity, but organizations should not delay their preparations, also because potential fines might become already applicable. For large companies, the timeline may have seemed long, but the deadline has already expired. Achieving full compliance in this specific moment is crucial because DORA's authorities are unlikely to tolerate potential delays. DORA represents a monumental step forward for cybersecurity in the financial sector, fostering resilience and accountability across Europe. But remember, compliance is just the first step. The real challenge in building a culture of security and innovation that safeguards businesses and customers alike is crucial for any sort of business. Thank you for joining me, Giulio Coraggio, on this episode of our podcast, Diritto al Digitale. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights at the intersection of law, technology, and innovation. Until next time, stay informed, stay resilient, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.